Hello, everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're watching a recording of a live broadcast that happened on Ustream.tv. If you'd like to join in the live chat, go to Ustream.tv and search Inky Obsessions, click follow, and you should get notified whenever I go live. When you hear me talking, I could be mumbling to myself or talking to the broads in the box that are on the chat with me. Occasionally, we'll have a couple gentlemen join us. So, here we are, Sunday afternoon. Who just joined? Kia. Beagle Mom. Hello. All right, so I'm just going to show you guys some recent Happy Mail and a couple new things that I got. This came in from Sue Evans. She's in South Wales in the UK. And she sent me a bunch of goodies here. Oh, look at this gold tissue. Lend me some gold. Oh my goodness. There's more and more. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, and my colors. Oh, you're so smart, Sue. Hang on. Somebody's coming in as anonymous, saying hi, Patty and everyone. Hello, anonymous. Don't know who you are. There's my buddy Eileen, Boca Babe. How you doing, honey? I got to meet Eileen in person last week when I was in Boca for work. She had a girlfriend bring her over to the resort where I'm staying, and we got to hang out for a little while and talk and laugh and all that kind of good stuff. I think, what I'm watching is kind of hung up here. Hang on one second. Let me try to, I think my camera's going, yeah, I look live over here. So, look alive. Been having some technical difficulties this morning, and now I'm in a loop on the screen that I'm watching with the chat, where I just keep repeating and repeating and repeating. Okay, that looks like it caught up. So anyway, she sent me a bunch of goodies, ephemeris from her local area. Cool. Ooh, maps and stuff. Very cool. Love maps. I don't know what it is about maps. Maybe because of my nautical background. I always... Actually, I don't know if you guys know that I... At one point... Well, you know I was a boater, right? And scuba diver and offshore fisher person. My ex-husband and I had a big sport fishing boat for many years. And before that, my dad had boats. We were out in the water all the time. During that time, I studied to become a captain, a licensed captain, so we could take out charters. So I used charts, navigational charts, a lot, and went to a lot of classes and did a lot of studying up on that. But anyway, maybe that's why I like maps and charts. Look at this card. And these, I believe, are they jelly prints? Let me see what her note is here. Oh. Oh, okay. This, I just want to make sure it wasn't anything too personal before I read it. It says, Dear Patty, what can you give to say thank you for hours of company and fun? I decided to use some of my deli prints to make you something for your Christmas tree. You don't realize what you give to people. Fun, laughter, and friendship. Oh. I love watching you and have missed you, as you don't seem to have been on lately. I hope your little baby will be born safely and well. And as I hope your little dog gets better. I've enclosed some gold tissue and I hope you enjoy it. I know you love gold. Best wishes and thank you again. Health and happiness to you, Dave, and the dogs. Sue Evans. How sweet is that? So these ornaments are made out of her jelly deli prints. Hey, Tam. Hey, Linda from Florida. You're coming in as anonymous. I don't know if you didn't sign in through Ustream or whatever, but I'll try. We got a couple anonymouses in there. That's beautiful. And then look at these ornaments she made. These will most definitely be on my tree. How pretty is that? Just layered die cuts. Look at this one. Ooh, the purple and teal. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're reversible. Hello. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess they'd have to be if they're an ornament, right? Spinning around. Look at that one. Oh my goodness, Sue. These are awesome. Thank you so much. They will be hung proudly on my tree. I can promise you that. Hey, King. Mountain Dreamer, hello. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Ooh, what's this? Wow, I don't know what kind of paper that is, if there's resin on it. This is like 3D relief paper. There's so much texture in that you don't, that's actually 3D texture that you're seeing there. I don't know how she did that. Can you hear them? It sounds different. It's really, and here's some, maybe it's matte medium over there. See where it's kind of some hanging off there? I don't know what you did, Sue. Oh my goodness. These are awesome. Wow. And I've got enough gold tissue to last a lifetime. And this is really pretty gold. This is like, it's metallic. It's not just the color gold. It's like metallic tissue. Wow. Thank you so much. Put these, you know what? I'm not going to stuff that back in there. I'm going to put these. I have got to get down here. You wouldn't talk about a catastrophe. This is going to be one of my projects. Assuming I make it till Christmas. I don't know if it's glassine paper or if it's just deli that she put some kind of resin or matte medium over. It's really cool. Really cool. Yeah, if I make it to Christmas, when I get my, I'll take some vacation time between the holidays. I think I can, this year, the way Christmas and New Year's falls, I believe I can take like 4 days of leave and get 11 days in a row off. Ah, thank you, Jesus. So now, my little friend from the UK, Minky5, my buddy Joan, has been at it again with her die cutting. I'm sure Paul had to be in on this one. To produce the quantity she produced. Hey, Jean. So, there we go. Wait till you guys see all this stuff. And look at this. A little air dry clay embellishment that was on the envelope of her card. And of course, no card is complete without totally decorating the envelope with jelly prints and see the die cuts that were added on each corner. That scrolly, leafy, holly kind of looking stuff. How cool is that? And I see my browser's looping again up here. I don't know what that's about. Oh, now it says I disconnected. That's not good. Can you guys see me? My browser just went black where I watch as what you guys are watching and watch the chat. Now it says it's coming back live. And I'm in a loop again. You can see me? This is so weird. Let me try to get this going on Safari and see if that, usually the Chrome work. Oh, wait a minute, that is. Gene, if you're tweeting me, I'm not looking at Twitter now. I just saw something pop up and go away. But I want to try to, how am I going to do this? New window. All right, hold the phone. Gonna be one of those days, I'm afraid. I really like to see what you guys are seeing and see what I'm doing live. That's how I like to work. So let's see if this is going to work any better. Usually, I all right, let's try this. Usually Chrome seems to work better for me, but Chrome just keeps loopity looping. So now I see me live doing this wave, and I think I'm live on... Yeah, I need something, Eileen. Okay. Before I was so rudely interrupted, let's see where I was. So showing Joan's card. Look at this card. Look at all this stuff on this card. Another air dry clay embellishment down here. All these painted leaves. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is paper or if you watercolored this, Joan. More embellishments, 3D embellishments here. Handmade for you. Of course, that's a die cut. How cute is that? Thank you so much. Oops. Oop, I lost a leaf. I'll have to find its prominent place and stick it back in there. I'm surprised the stuff from the UK makes it in good shape like it usually does. All right, put that over there. Now the die cutting show begins. Look at this huge clock face. Four different size clock faces. Whoops. And she's got them so nicely separated. White ones. Look at those. I love circles. I'm going to use some of those today, I think. And all the different size hands in the black and the white. And here's more black ones. I'll have die cuts for my lifetime and have some to pass down. Thank you so much, Joan. And look at this. Oh my goodness. Let's see what I've got in here. Oh my. The goodies just keep on coming. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Oh, and they're all separated. Thank you for doing that. Wow, that makes it so easy to store. But these are like that 60s kind of a mod design. But look at some of these papers in here. Their papers are black and white. Let me see if I can pull one out. They're not just black and white. It's black and white paper that has been die cut. I show you. Of course, I'll never get these in here right again. See what I mean? They're cut on black and white paper. How cool are they going to be? To put in something. Look at that. Let me see. Groovy. I know she's had Paul die cutting like a dog. Oh my goodness. don't want to bend these up. I'm not going to worry about closing that right now. And then these, look at these. Ooh. Oh, this must be the front side. See more black and white? And these are like all circles or square circle, square circle, square circle all the way down. Cool. And these look like squares. Hey, Rihanna. Oh, wow, look at those. These are cool. I want to see a little bit of colored paper in here with some turquoise in it. These are really cool. They're so fine. And then some solid black and white ones. Love those. Oh, look at this. Circles on circles. How bad can that be? Well, oh, yummy. Oh, they're like double interlocked. See that? Cool. Now, Joan, are these made out of papers that have my images on there? I don't think so. I don't think I recognize them. But they're my colors. Got a little turquoise and stuff in there. Very cool. Did you get these dies at that craft show you went to recently? And here's more circles with the dots on them. Oh, steampunk. You can't go wrong with some gears. These are really nice. Oh, and look at these. Well, I got to learn how to open these bags, apparently. They're papers you designed. Okay. I thought it had your kind of flair to it, but I didn't recognize any of my designs particularly in there. It's nice to have some of yours. All different kind of black and white, solid white of those. Oh, look at all, I just realized how much more stuff's here. Goodness gracious. Oh, look at these tiny fine ones. Oh, turquoise ones. I have to see what shape these are. I mean, I know it's circles, but whoops. I'm going to need a bigger drawer just for all your die cuts you send me, Joan. Oh, here it is. Oh, look at that. Hello, lover. Oh, yes. Those are cool. I love these. I love, love, love these. And this looks like a bigger version of the same. Yes? Yes. Ah! Oh, yeah. Love those. Did you do all of these on your Cameo? Hey, Betsy. I think these are more gears. It is so windy here. Dave just went out and pulled the pickup truck and backed the tailgate up against our big gate to the fence outside. In the back, we have a 6-foot-high privacy fence. The gate is 10 feet wide. Last year, the wind completely blew it off its hinges, ripped parts of the gate all the way down the driveway. Had to wait three weeks to have another one made for that size because, of course, it's a custom size. $1,300. So this time, instead of putting up a solid privacy one, we did what they were called semi-private. So there's space between the slats so the air can go through it. Guess what? It still blows open when that wind catches it, when it's a strong wind. Last night, I went to let the pups out. Look at these. These are cool. Went to let the pups out the last time for the night. And the gate was blown open, not damaged, but blown open. All my flower pots that really need to go, but I haven't been here to take care of them. Mickey, I'm about 40 minutes to DC. Not, well, depending on where in DC. If we go straight down 295, I can be in DC proper in 20 minutes. Oh, wow. That'd be cool. Keep in touch and let me know about that, Mickey. That'd be awesome. Anyway, all the flower pots that sit on the railings were almost off. They were toppled over, hanging on by a thread. A trash can that was under our deck ended up out the gate, around the fence, out the gate, and at the end of the driveway. So I can hear it blustery blowing outside the back door. I think everybody keeps saying we're supposed to have, hey Leslie, and Laura, that we're supposed to have a really hard, cold winter. Great. Look at all these little circles. These are like the donut holes at Dunkin' Donuts. Are these just different size circles? I don't know. 40 minutes north. We're north of DC. Right up 295. Up 295, jump off on 100. Oh yeah, these are just circles. Oh. All different sizes, different design papers, and black and white. Very cool. These are so useful in so many projects. Whether you're doing something like, you know, an individual ATC or card or a big canvas or collage, like I think I'm going to do a collage today. Haven't done one in a while and I'm running low on my stock. And I'm getting ready to do another set of stamps. They aren't complete yet, but this is kind of what it's going to look like with the mermaid tails in different sizes and different angles. A couple solid ones that I'm going to do. So what I'm thinking is you can stamp this with like an ombre stamp pad. Hey, Kate. Or stamp it like a light turquoise color and come back with this and go over it with a darker ink, you know, make, or dark purple or whatever. Well, you know, blue and purple. Of course, that's what I would say. A couple little Nemos and grapes and odd little pieces from different stencils that came out on the last launch. So I'm working on this. So that's why I'm trying to get my another collage I can cut down for ATCs for my Etsy orders. Oh, look at that. Cute. Circles on circles. Good night. And look at these. Are these, what are these? Are these air dry clay? Wow, these are light as a feather, if I do say so, but look at these wings. Awesome, all different sizes. I think I'll paint some of those with some of my Vivid Ultras. Air dry clay, that's what I thought. Boca was great. It was busy and nuts for work, but I did get to meet Eileen in person. She came over to the resort where we were, and of course then she posts on Twitter that I know every man in the hotel. Oh, great. Oh my goodness, look at all this treasure. Put this back in this big bag. Try to keep it all in one place, and I'll sort this and put it away later. Joan, thank you so much. Good night. That's a crazy amount of work, and I really appreciate it. So let's see. Oh, I didn't even get to open this. This came in before I even left. I just threw it here, running out. I think I know what it is. Whew. We'll find out together. Oh yeah, polymer clay TV. I know what this is. I saw these and thought I probably should have some of these. They're new products. Oh. Oh look, turquoise and purple. Somehow a red one slipped in there. But these are, I got them from Polymer Clay TV, and they are a new product for different ways to color your clay and whatever. It's a gilding polish. Wow, the bottles are much bigger than what I expected them to be. I thought they were going to be like little tiny. Now see, that's coming up like cobalt blue on my camera, and that's just as turquoise can be. So, anyway, there's a little, figure out how this works. Does it unscrew? Oh no, it just pulls out. The little applicators in the top, right? Just snaps in there. And the lid unscrews, and it's like let me see. Okay, it's softer than the Inka Golds, but it kind of does the same thing. It's a gilding polish. It's got a lot of metallic in it. Oh yeah. Does have a strong smell. I will say that. But got a few of those, and they were using them with that little brush to oh, Jean got some into air dry clay. Yeah, it's cool stuff, isn't it? Real pretty purple. And these weren't all that expensive. I forget how much they were a piece, but I think the whole thing, I think all of them with shipping and all was like 40 bucks for all this. And I mean, there's a lot of product in there. 50 mil is the size on the label. Yeah, rich red. Oh, that's pretty. That's kind of like more like a russet than just red. Very cool. So, there's that. Oh, now I got tape stuck to all 5 of my fingernails. Like it's got me handcuffed into this trash pile. What are they called? They are called Metallic Gilding Polish. And they are by Cosmic Shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. The tiny logo. Of course, it's going to be cantankerous here. Here we go. Cosmic Shimmer. That's what that says around that swirl. And they're metallic gilding polish. And I got them on Polymer Clay TV. Yeah, these are that stuff that just a little bit of this is going to go a long way. So let me put these somewhere with my Polymer Clay coloring. This is a ridiculous amount of stuff. Put that in there. And I was watching, it does me no good watching YouTube videos, I'm telling you. Because I had this packed up to take to Florida, never took it out of the box. I'm going to see how they traveled. No, they look okay. These are my watercolors I've been collecting from Artistic Cat on Etsy. She fills little half pans with Daniel Smith colors. So you can get whatever colors you want, only get the half pan. You don't have to buy the whole tube. It's Artistic Cat with a K. Got those little, these are the colors I got. I swatched them. Had a little accident right there. Look at that opera pink. Boom. Anyway, never even opened the thing. And these, everybody talks about these, and these are really highly pigmented. I'm sure you guys have seen these before. But usually when you look at them on Amazon or Blick or the Jet Pens or any place like that, they're well close to 30 someplace. I saw them someplace for $46. But I got these, and you're going to brain me because I can't remember. It's not coming to me right away. I'll figure it out. But I got these for 18 bucks on a website. And they are very highly pigmented. It's 6 different shades of gold, a white gold, a champagne. I forget what they're all called. And they're German watercolors. These are really fantastic watercolors. That's why I'm getting in here. That's not why I'm going in here. I'm going in here to show you a couple brushes that I got. Man, I hope I remember where I got those. All this cool stuff, and I can't remember where the hell I got it. Let's see, put this over there. So I was watching. Oh, good, it's on here. Rosemary and Company. They're in the UK somewhere. Rosemary. Not going to focus, are you? You just aren't going to do it. There we go. Oh. Well, you'll just have to trust me. It says Rosemary and Company. And this is a watercolor brush, and it's triangular. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see in the here on the bezel or whatever they call this down here. It's actually triangular shaped. And they were doing all kind of different really cool leaves and stuff. Of course, I need to learn how to watercolor. But in the meantime, I'm going to collect all the cool stuff, so I'm ready to go. And I got this one. This is called a micro detail brush. It's a 15 aught. I don't even know if you'll be able to see the hairs on this. Look how fine that is. They're very short, and they're just at the very tip of that brush. I mean, that's like a couple eyelashes sticking in there. Felt like I had to have that. For some reason, you never know when you're going to need that. And then this one, this is a 20-aught script liner. Where the hell did I get this? I think I got this when we were downtown shopping this summer when the Maryland Art Weekend deal was here. But this, look at this long script. How long these hairs are on that one. These are just these are what I wanted to show you. These are just regular watercolor brushes. The silver label ones, it's nothing you guys haven't seen before on there. And a water brush. Let's put this out of the way. These are the ones I wanted to show you. These I got from Rosemary and Company too. And they're travel brushes, right? But they're not just a regular travel brush. They're the kind of like the Oriental mop brush kind of deals. How cool is that? And this one even has an air hole at the bottom of the container so it can dry out. Yeah, links are open, Jen. And here's one. It's a little bit bigger size. I've never seen these in a travel situation before. So I just wanted to show you those. I thought they were pretty cool. So I'm going to put you handy little brushes. Oh my gosh, what's in here? This is I grabbed a couple things I unpacked from North Carolina in October. I'm just getting around to it. Oh, this was a set of water brushes. That included this one too. That Jody recommended. And they were like 10 bucks on Amazon for 6 brushes. And they're called Mutter. And I've not used them yet, but Jody said she beats them up and they're really good. And here's the different heads that are on there. But that's cheap for water brushes. That's a cheaper price. And she beats them up, let me tell you. So what's in here that I need? Anything? I don't think so. Maybe some of the brushes to do my collage with. I'm not going to unpack this whole thing now. Yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. Okay. All right. Good night, Nellie. I'm telling you, totally out of control. So, and this is still packed up from Jody's class. And you don't have to take, the real killer is, you don't have to take any supplies for the Remy retreats. They give you every supply you'd know. I took all this, never even looked at one of them. I did take out a couple of these ultras to play with on something. But, yeah. Oh, you have the water brushes, Jody? I mean, Dorothy? Yeah, now in Safari, I'm looping again on my, looks like the chat's keeping up. Hey, Marie. Yeah, so I don't see what's going on the screen where you guys are looking at. Mine's locked up in a loop. I'm not going to worry about it. If you guys can see me, onward and upward. And I'm not going to unpack this either, but I'm sure there's a couple colors in here that I probably should use. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to grab, maybe I will. Hang on. I'm changing my mind. I know that's a shocker. I know it's a shocker. Let's do those as a background to a collage. I wonder how that would be. Let's try it. Grab a hunk of watercolor paper. Ugh. So this is just Strathmore cold press 11 by 15. And this is what I do my collages on that I cut down to my ATCs. The hell? Wound up on something here. Hold on. Oh, lordy. It's going to take me the week I'm off to get stuff sorted out down here. Holy moly. Oh, and you know what? I need my water. So let me go grab my water while I'm up. Out of my chair. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. I need a couple of these brushes. I'm going to need one of my funky glue brushes. I'm going to need matte medium. I'm going to need a lot of stuff, but this is where we're going to start. So I'm going to try just slapping some of these the Color Art Vivid Ultra Metallics. And I just saw, I actually shared it, a video that Leslie from colorart.com put out on Facebook. They have 3 new colors, a white, a clear, and a black in this stuff. And I need to investigate to see if there's other, like if there's white with a certain shimmer in it, or if it's just white to mix with these in the same I don't know. I gotta look into see what they are, but they're having a special right now at colorart.com. All right, let's have a go, shall we? And I'm just gonna cover up my paper like I always do. You know, and some of it's gonna get covered up with paint. I mean, with papers, and I don't care. Eileen, you got to try some of these new ones. I'm telling you, she's got a sale going on now, but they are scrum diddly-umptious. And I want this to fan out there because I'm going to blend it with the next color, which is going to be this lighter one. Let's do some of this. This is Teal Zircon. So the color names of these, if you have any of Leslie's other products, like Twinks or Primary Elements or Radiant Rains or what else? My mind's like going blank. But they're the same color pigment matches in all the different mediums. And basically the primary elements are made, are what is used to make all the other products. They start with that pigment. And they're also what I use when I do when I color my polymer clay, my raw clay, my raw clay, when I put pigment on it, that's pretty much what I'm using. I have some of the other kind of pigments, the other brands, but I like primary elements the best myself. All right, and let's do a little purple up here. They're really, really great products, Eileen. They're really high quality, and their pigment load is fantastic. You know, they're definitely an artist grade kind of deal. All right, now I like when these two mix here, so I'm going to get a little mix going in there. A little more right there. Oops, I already closed the lid. And I like these containers with this screw lid on it. It minimizes your paint booger. All right, let me get rid of these. Close that one now. And I'm going to add a little bit of this Stargazer up here to lighten this up a little bit. Let's just put a little bit up here. Oops, or down here. How about that? And of course, this isn't going to look like on camera what it looks like here. Just whatever you see there, trust me, it looks better here. Dragon Slayer. Hello. Are primary elements more pigments than like mica powders? Are they similar to Pearl-Ex? They're similar. I prefer them over the other products, Sarah. It's my own personal preference, but they're the consistency of the pigment and the you know how dense the pigment is. I don't know if that's the right word, but you don't need much to make it really happen. All right. Can you see the metallic sheen on that whole thing? And of course, that looks all cobalt blue. That's so frustrating. Can you tell it's frustrating for me? I'm going to hit that with the heat gun. Now I got to figure out what papers I'm going to put on there. Heat gun. Whoop. Tearing up my paper stash here. Maybe something like that. Something like that to bring in a little more white. I love just making painted papers. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love that paper. Actually, a picture of that is what's on my Inky Obsessions Facebook page header, I think. I love how that came out with the text. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. Ugh. Oh, Denise, yeah, I've worn them a few times. There is some minor creasing starting to happen. But not like when I used the Goldens. When I used the Goldens in 2 hours, it was like peeling off. I could grab it and peel it like sunburnt skin. But the clogs that I painted, they are holding up better. But they still... I flew to Boca in them, and I flew home in them. And I wore them a day or two at work before I left. So it's better, but I still haven't found my perfect thing yet. I would have to make some more of this. I can't remember. Let's see if that'll come in close. There you go. It's all paint. The text was stamped with paint too. Let's put some little strips of that in there. I just like it. And it's kind of lighter, so let's lighten it up a little bit with some of this. Oop. That didn't tear so good, did it? This one, maybe some of that white area in the middle I might clear out of there. These I think are too similar. I don't think these are going to pop. This one's a little brighter. kind of good with the white through there. Get rid of that. Well, I like the straight edge, but I don't like it all white. All right. Patty, when will Jody Old's book be out? I wish I had with him. I saw you have autographed it for me. December, I think, but I don't know if there's an exact date. But I think all the pre-orders are going to ship in December. It's not bad for a little streak down the side here. Yeah, I don't know if I like the way that tore. All right. And I like some of this whiter stuff in here. So that. All right, let's start with this. Let's see what we got. That might go there. Maybe something like that over here. Maybe. And remember, I'm cutting this up. I know everybody thinks I'm nuts when I start laying this down here. It's not going to be just one focal point. It's going to all be cut up to smithereens and all different ATCs. So I'm not totally bonkers, just a little. Just a little bit. I should maybe go. It might be too much there. All right. All right. Let's start slapping some of this down. And we'll see where we get. There's many layers to come, so I don't need to be too worried about what this layer is going to be. All right. I got some wet paint in my brush. All right, get a little bit of that. I'm going to let some of that pink, since I got a ragged edge there, I'm not going to put it against the edge of the paper. I'm going to let some of that show. So I get some of that color behind it. Oops, of course I didn't have matte medium all the way out here, did I? I do now. Can you guys hear the wind blowing in the background? And it's bashing leaves up against my window and sticks. Hello. Hello, fall. I like this white streak with some little pops of gold through it in here. That'll help brighten it up a little bit. Oop. Got a little wrinkle. Alright, now I got glue boogers all over my hands. Oh, I forgot to change my clothes too. Oh well. Another outfit donated to the paint pile. Get over there. Want that straight edge right there. And I want to get that. There we go. I like being able to use my own painted papers in these. Oh, okay. I'll rip that off. Stick it back on there. Didn't mean to do that. Let's just wrap it around, shall we? There we go. All right. Get this glue boogers off of me. Let's see. Well, I tore this one all up because I wanted some of this in there. And just kind of scatter it in here a little bit. I feel like I got to keep saying, this is not going to have a focal point. This is going to be all cut up. I'm not crazy for my choices. Well, I might be crazy for my choices, but I'm making it too busy on purpose. So I'm going to be sending, now that I'm back from my travels, well, I'm going away. That's not true. After Thanksgiving, Monday through Thursday, I'll be down at the Inner Harbor for our last event of the year. Thank you, Jesus. And, but I'm going to send out a note to my mailing list for the art weekend. And they're penciled me in for the last weekend, Monday through Saturday night of July and 17. I've been penciled in. Let me do this while I'm talking. The price is going to go up a little bit for the classroom portion of it. I think the hotel room price is going to stay the same, but this year I'm going to have to pay for a little bit more than they let me have for free the last couple of years just to get our business, like the floor covering, table coverings, and that stuff. I'm going to have to incorporate that into our costs this year. So it might go up a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't go up more than $20 a person. I haven't done the math yet. I don't have a firm number, and I won't know until I have a head count. So, it's all that crapshoot again. But I am going to send out the letter because I need to guarantee that room, I need to get a deposit in. so I need to start collecting people's deposits. I know it's a crappy time to be asking for money around the holidays, but the sooner I can reserve that room goes very quickly. That's why we couldn't get it the first year, because it was already booked. So anyway, that letter should be coming out to anybody. If you're not on the list and you are interested, Facebook me, or drop me an email and let me know, and I'll include you on future ones. I give alumni the first dibs. Tamsin, there you go. Looks like this matte medium, for some reason, is leaving a little bit of a halo around those. See where the glue's sticking out around the shapes a little bit? All right. Oh, good. And Joan and Paul, you're coming back. Yay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Put some stripes in there. Punch up a couple circles. You know, it wouldn't be mine without a few black and white pops in there. The deposit's is going to be $100 a person again. Who asked that? Janice? Yeah, $100 deposit. Once I sign the contract, then that becomes non-refundable, because then I'm locked in. The rest of the money won't be due until like in June. I just need to commit to the room and get it held, because that could go away pretty soon. All right, let's try. Put those aside. I'm going to go grab. Yeah, there's some kind of a special going on at Color Art right now. Colorart.com with the Vivid Ultra. There's some new colors and I think a sale, but I can't tell you what it is. I don't recall the details. Basically because I have no memory recall at this point in my life. I'm going to pull some of Joan's. Look at these peeking out at me. All right, you want to go in there? I'll put you in there. I think some of these white ones would look cool striped in throughout here to brighten it up a little bit. Maybe a black one. All right. Maybe some of these fine ones in here. Off of there. Oh, here's those real tiny ones. Maybe some of these and some of these. Some of these and some of them. Do you want our deposit paying? Do you want our deposit paying this next week, Patty? Well, you can wait until I get the letter out, Joan, and I'll have everything set up on my side for the receiving tracking of that. But it's not a rush right now. But I would like to start getting an idea of what we got close to the first of the year, if possible. I know it's difficult. You know, everybody's laying out a lot of money for the holidays. So once I send the letter out, I'll start accepting the deposit. So whenever you feel comfortable and you want to do that, is fine after you see the letter. And then once I get enough heads, I need a minimum of 20 people to guarantee the room. Maximum of 30 will fit in the room the way our setup is. So once I get the deposit, I will get us booked. If I hit the lottery, I'll go ahead and book it myself, but that's probably not going to happen. Gotta tell you. If I ever do hit the lottery, I'll do it every year for free. So now everybody pray for me to hit the lottery. All right. A couple different size circles would probably be good. Those thongs are cool, Patty. What are they? My thongs? Oh, these are die cuts that Joan sent me. Beginning, you can watch the recording. I showed my Happy Mail. She is a die cutting queen, let me tell you. CB! I was talking about Marilyn. I'm going to send out a letter soon to everybody, all the alumni, and try to start collecting deposits so I can try to book our same room, because that room books up fast. So I'll be sending maybe this week. I don't know. It might be after Thanksgiving. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Or even early December, because we just got back. We've all been in Florida for a week. Just got back. Monday, we hit the ground running. We got our biggest marketing event of the year. Come on. The Monday through Thursday after Thanksgiving. So this week coming up, we're going to be buried with prep for content and all the logistics for that. Then, after that, Thanksgiving. What the hell? Thanksgiving's next Thursday. So we got all that work to do next week. Then we have Thanksgiving. Then that Sunday I have Chelsea's shower. I think there are 60 people coming. And then that Monday after Thanksgiving, I'm down the Inner Harbor all week for that event. And then by the 1st of December, that's when my work schedule will go back to a normal human pace. And I'll probably get the letter out then if I don't get it out beforehand. But anyway. Once I send it out, I'll start collecting deposits. And when I get the minimum, I'll sign the contract. And at that point, they're non-refundable. I think that's all I was saying about that, CB. Joan, you should have an Etsy shop selling your stuff. And Jean, you should too. And everybody keeps telling me, watch Jean's videos. And I haven't had time to watch what you're doing now with your stencil designs and all that stuff. I'm just so far behind on everything. I shouldn't be doing this now, to be honest. I got a ton of crap to do for Thanksgiving and for work. But here I am. All right, let me get myself situated here and see what I'm going to do with these. I love these. I love these little bubbles. Oh, these would be cute mermaid bubbles, wouldn't they? Is Xandra on here? Eileen said you work with a bunch of good-looking guys. Can you get me? Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, we really didn't have an uninterrupted hour when we were sitting there talking. People kept walking by and I'd have to holler to tell them something I was supposed to tell them, or they got questions for me or whatever. But, you know, it's just what it is. Hang on. Still looking for a company to cut your stencils for you. Oh, goodness. Let's see. What am I doing? Oops, sorry, guys. Probably off camera here, aren't I? No, not quite. Not quite. I wonder if I don't know. I think the black might be too dark, you think? I don't know. All right. More glue and less talking. Yeah, these are really cool designs. Oops. I'm hoping this is heavy body enough to hold these down because these are cardstock. I still got some blue in my brush. I guess it's all blue, so who cares? Who cares? Come here, baby. Actually, this pigment seems to be moving a little bit. Let's do this. That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, happy birthday, Gail. I have a lot of November birthday friends. Let me do this instead of that. Huh. This pigment seems to be moving. See how that's not white anymore? Huh. I have to seal that first. I don't know. Wow. Huh. Okay. Wash that out. Okay, dokie. Let's get some black and white in here. I need to go sideways in a couple places here, I believe. Sorry, Patty, didn't mean to sell my stuff on your stream. Hey, Jean, if you can sell it, honey, you sell it anywhere. That does not bother me at all. I'm happy to help. When you decide how you're going to sell it, I'll be happy to help promote you. I hope everybody on here can do whatever they need to do to make some money with what they love doing. That doesn't bother me a bit. Not a bit. Well, here we go. There's room out there for all of us. That's what I always say. Not everybody agrees with me, but I don't really care. I always help anybody I can help with that stuff. Eileen, Patty is so not LD. LD? What the hell's LD mean? I might be. I don't know what it means. Oh, you're welcome, Jean. Anytime. LD. What the hell are you guys talking about? Yeah, thanks, Kate. LD. You got me stumped on that one. Of course, my brain isn't really firing on all cylinders these days, so it's not too difficult. A not nice person. A little dorky is what CB is saying. I'm not believing you, Eileen. Oh, Lord. Let's slap some of these bad boys down here somewhere. That seems like a reasonable spot. I don't know why, but that's where it's going. Hey, Janet. Let's see. Let's put something over. How about there? Why not right there? Yep. Get off my finger. I have glue booger. Oh, now I think I know what you guys are talking about. But I don't. I remember that coming up on a stream, somebody else's stream some time ago, and I asked the same question, like, "Who the hell is? What are you talking about?" And I looked it up, but I do not know that person, which probably sounds like it's good I don't, but whatever. Patty just popped in. Hey, Suze, how you doing? Did you get over to the Queen's Ink for the Art Asylum last week, Suze? I was in Florida. I couldn't do it this year. I had to go for work. All right, CB. I'll pump your brain then. All right. Let's see. Just gonna slap this stuff down, overlap it, and whatever happens, happens. Where do I have that? Right about there. Let's see. I don't want to overdo it too much with the black and white, but I like a little black and white to pop in. A little here and a little there. Like a little papa. Let's throw a little of this up in this corner. I got another circle here somewhere. Where are you going to go, little circle? How about if I drop that one right there for some reason? I like the circles at the end of the striped little long pieces for some reason. Maybe perhaps they're phallic, or I don't know. You know how that always pops up in my work. A one consistent thing. Great. Yeah, man. Like the black and white, Joan. Let's see, where can I put the black? Because none of this isn't very light. So I need to find the light spots and decide where the black's going to go. Oop. Look at you, you little rascal, got crooked on me. Well, you know what I'll do? Ha! How do you like that? Cut you out of my life. All right, let's do this. Kind of like that overlap in that black and white there. Yeah, these are Joan's designs that she did and cut for me. These are awesome, CB. Come on. Where did I have you, little one? Right there? That seems like a good spot. Here's another black one. I kind of like this light spot right in here to layer that, but that's getting really thick. If I layer this over that white one, oh well, we'll see what happens. Let's just do that. And remember, I know these look close, but it's all going to be cut up. My ATCs are going to go the 2.5 this way, 3.5 this way. So I get like 4 here and a little strip that's left over. And you know, they go about, I think I get rows here, here, and here. And then you get an extra little strip in there somewhere. But whoops, oops, I got glue boogers everywhere. There. Need something up here. Brighten that little spot up a little bit. And let's see. Did I put all those down yet? One. I thought I had 3 of the white ones out here too. 1, 2. Your babe up there barking about something. Too much, too much. Hang on. All right, let's go back into my super stash. Maybe a couple of these. Might be too much. White could go there, and there. Let's try another design in there. Where'd they go? Here we go. Okay. Oh, let's go. Here we go. What do we got here? A whole lot of circles going on up there, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right. I like this black one right here. The weather's been so crazy here. There was one day, it was probably a couple weeks ago, it was before I left for Florida. We had, and we haven't had the heat on hardly at all. We both kind of like it kind of cold, but one day we had the heat and the air conditioning on. Same day. But sweet mama, what's happening? I know this is looking crazy busy. I know it is. But I got to make sure each little ATC has its own little interesting parts in it when I get it cut up. I used some of these die cuts, different shapes that I had before from Joan. And collages before, and it's really cool when you get just a little bit of that, a little bit of that texture in there on each one. Oh, I got an idea. Let's do this. Let's get another little bit up there somewhere. Will that work? Brighten up that dark area a little bit. All right. Whew. She's getting busy. But that's what I need. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of heat gun while I root around and think. Whew. There we go. All right. And what would a collage be without some pictographs? But I think you need a little bit of daddy on here. Daddy Van. Where's my Daddy Van brush? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. There we go. I can't find another one of these. It's a pure bristle brush and this little plastic handle. And I really like the way they're, oh crap, that's going to be glued down. I don't know if this is on deli, the right kind of deli for daddies or not. Might not be. Yeah, it's going a little bit more clear. See my fingers? All right. I'm going to cut these up a little bit. And I got some splots of the gold down there. See where the embossing powder got clumped at the bottom? But I'm going to leave it on there. Patti, bottom IHS needs a circle. Bottom IHS. IHS. I'm not done yet. I don't know what IHS is, but I'm thinking you mean down in here somewhere. We're not done yet. I'm working on another set of pictographs. I might have told you that before. For my next stencil release. Don't know when that's going to be, but I need to. It's probably better to wait till after the first of the year at this point with Christmas coming. I'm going to get rid of a lot of this extra paper here around the design because I'm not sure how transparent this is going to go. Once you get it really transparent, it's kind of hard to go back. I think this is on a different kind of paper. So I put these over here. All right, get off. Oh, booger. Booger on my finger. Oops. Where'd you go? A little bit of that. Yep. Don't tear it up. Where are you going to go, my little friend? Somewhere dark? Maybe right in there? Get that down there pretty good. That's going over that other bigger, thicker layer. Get on there. There we go. I think the prayers are working for Chelsea. She's still hanging in there. She's 32 weeks now. And, you know, God willing, she'll hang in there as long as get a few more weeks under her belt and she'll be at an acceptable time to deliver if she goes early. She thinks she's, for some reason, she said, I don't know, I just think I'm going at 37 weeks. That's Christmas Day. I said, well, I like a little excitement on Christmas Day. That'd be good. And the baby's name is Owen James. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I'll show you something. Let's see. I don't know if I showed you guys this or not. Chelsea, Chelsea, Chelsea. Here we go. 3D ultrasounds of Owen James. Look at that little booger. Ah! That's my baby right there. Yes, it is. Isn't that amazing? Got his little thick little smoochy lips like his mommy. Oh crap, I lost my place. Now I gotta go back. Hey Z, how you doing? Wait a minute. I want to find you a picture of Chelsea. Here we go. Oops. That's my girl. That's my baby girl. So far, all systems are good. She was having some contractions yesterday, but they're Braxton Hicks. They're not productive contractions where they're causing her to dilate. Pete, her husband's middle name is James. They didn't want to do a junior. So they both like the name Owen, and it's not very common. And so he's Owen James. Me too, Kate. I can't wait. I'll be the first one to grab that little sucker before they pull the cord, cut the cord. They'll play hell keeping me off of them, I can tell you that much. Good luck with that, people. Not going to happen. Ha! Yeah, Eileen saw him up close and personal. I do have mermaid stencils, Denise. I have mermaid stencils, and my next stamp set is going to have the mermaid tails in them too. Oh, Xandra's here. Hang on, I'll show you. See, this is where the hell did I put them? This is what my new stamp sheet's sort of shaping up to be, and I think I'm going to do a smaller cling mount set of just the tails. So I think that's what I'm going to. That's the way it's shaping up. Now, Xandra, you and Tam will be back here in a couple weeks, right? We're doing Dina Wakely classes at the Queen's Ink together. They're coming down from Jersey. And I get to meet one of Tam's daughters who's coming with her. So that'll be really cool. Oh, merman. Oh, merman. Oh, I gotcha. Yes. Good idea. Now I'm reading you. Yeah, that'll be fun, Zeke. Maybe after I take her class with the faces, I'll be able to try to attempt drawing them. Oh, Lordy. We're going to put you, little pictograph. Oh my goodness. Right there, maybe? That's where you're going. Next to some other gold stuff. That's not bad. All right. Okay. She's getting kind of busy. Heat gun. Time to add some circles, I think. Paint circles. Yep. A little up close and personal. All right, let's see what else we got going here. Down there for a minute. That wiped off. Make me some elbow room. And I guess we should go with gold circles. It's got a lot of gold going on there. Now I gotta find some gold paint, which should not be difficult to do. Other than the fact that it's packed up. Oh, here it is. Wasn't too bad. Alright, I'm gonna make a little. Am I in frame? I can't see with my windows are still acting up here. Yeah, okay. Alright. My little mason jar. Oh, I made it almost just perfect. What do you know? Alright, let's start getting a little action in here. Let me turn this where I can get a hold of some of this. And remember, it's getting all cut up. Not totally losing the gourd here, just partially. And I like how, because of all this texture on here with all these die cuts, I like how I'm not getting full circles. I'm only getting, like, there's pieces missing because it's so, there's so much texture going on it. I can't make it touch the paper. I can if I do this and rock it, you know, go like this and rock it around, make all the edges touch. I can make it do that if I want it to. Like maybe in here I'll do that to get a somewhat of a circle going there. And I like these to overlap because when I cut these up, you're only going to see a little on each one. Did you get that? With a ninja move. Ninja art move, in case you are not up on all that. That's what that was. Yep. Get a little sparkle in each little card. Alright, I think I can stop. But will I? Probably not. I know I've used this lid forever. I had tons of them for when we did Chelsea's wedding shower centerpieces. I mean, not wedding shower, her wedding centerpieces. We had 3 mason jars on each table. And had a lot of lids, recycled them, but only kept a couple of them. Glued that down. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Get that out of the way. Go back to another little heat gun. Hey, Anita. And another Patty. And Iffy's there. Hello. How are you, dear? One of these pens I have is really runny. All right. See if I can get some little white. Is that the one that's going to drip on me? Oh, yeah. That's the one that's... You know what? I'm just going to throw this one out because that one screws me up every time. Let's just remove it from the equation, shall we? Let me try this one. Oh, that one might be too small. Gotta get her to load up. Come on, baby. It's only the tiniest little tip on there. How is this not... Oh, there we go. Whoa. Okay, now that one's going a little cray-cray. And now nothing's coming out. You know... Oh, crap. Come on. Come on, people. Work with me. All right, let's try another one of these. There we go. I think we're good there. This is a Molotov. All right. I like to put little bit more detail in these black and white stripes by just poking a little dot down the black stripes of the white paint. Like that. Gives it a little Beetlejuice effect or something. I don't know. And they don't have to be even. I just blob them on there. Where they go, they go. After all, people, I am not a machine. Man, that wind is howling out there again. I think when I go upstairs, we're going to go out in the sunroom and turn on the fireplace. Of course, I got a bunch of crap to do. I got to get some laundry done. I had some laundry going when I came down here. Got one load in and out. Dave does his own laundry, God bless him, so I only have to do mine. And he would do mine if I asked him to, but I can do it for sure. See you later, what? Have a good lunch. And I don't even care if I have the same number in each one of these because, again, it's getting cut up. So that's very forgiving when you know this is going to get cut up. This is going to be like one canvas thing, you know, or one solid piece of art. You wouldn't be able to hide your mistakes as well. All right, now let's see. Let me get a little bit more. 8 loads. Ay, ay, ay. You got me beat. I don't have that many to do. Get a couple little pops of black in here in some spots. Put a little bit of that action in there, here and there. What a great Patty. Oh, thanks, Joan. You know, the TV that Dave put down here for me is a smart TV. Oh, I was ready to take an axe to it trying to get it set up for Ustream. I don't know what the problem was, but I never did get it sorted out and just didn't have the time to mess with it, so I still don't have it doing anything very smart. All right, where are we? This looks a little lackluster in this area. I don't know if that's going to help it or not, but all right. Where'd that go? Right there. Oh, you know what I should put in there? Where is that thing? Oh, it's in that long pencil case. Maybe I'll mix some silver in with the gold. Why not? Hey, Terry. For the Baltimore girls, the Maryland Art Weekend girls that have popped in, I'm going to be sending out a letter soon where I'm going to try to start taking collecting everybody's deposits. It's going to go next year so we can lock down that room. That room goes pretty quick, and but I'll be sending it out probably in the next week or so. So this is a PBO 4 artist marker, or maybe it's just artist marker. Is that a number 4 in there? Is that really a 4? I don't know, but it's PBO artist marker, and this one is, they're oil based. This one's silver, and this one is very metallic looking. Even if I got room to pop something in here with this one. Wow, can you see how metallic that is? Wait a minute, let me see if I can get in here without. I mean, it's very shiny, very, very shiny. Wow. Let me go this way over here. Now I'm sorry I put all that black in there. I should have put more of this in there. And I have a gold one, but the gold one's not as metallic-y to my eye. Does that make sense? Metallic-y. New word. I like to throw them in there every once in a while. I'm just going to pop some little onesies in here and there. Maybe I'll go around them with some black ink. I don't know. It's a little crowded to get 3 in there. Of course, as I say that, I'm putting 3 in. I like these 15 mil nibs on these type pens and gives you that Hey, Leslie! Hello! Hi, the background of this, the blue and the turquoise and the purple that you see, they're your ultra vivids. I'm doing a collage and I got all ultra vivids in the background. So, Leslie, tell me about your new colors in your sale that's going on. You have a white, a black, and a clear. Do those have opposing pigment colors in them? In the vivid, what can you tell us about those? And you do, and tell us about your sale going on now too. I was trying to tell everybody, but I couldn't remember the particulars earlier. Gayla, hello. Yes, Eileen needs the vivids. I've told her that. I met Eileen in person last week in Boca, Leslie. And I told her, yes, you do. You do, my friend. You need this right here. This thing is really cool. Let's see. Everyone asks for opaque white and for opaque black. So it's just black and white. There's no pigment load to get that black and white enamel. Okay. Okay, cool. And the clear is just clear then. They don't have the pigments. That's what I was wondering. If they had any kind of opposing pigment in them, like most of your stuff does. Mix your pigments to make custom colors. Oh. So I can get the clear one and the vivid clear and add my primary elements in whatever combination I want. That sounds interesting. No mica in them. Okay, cool. Yeah, everybody check out. You can put your link up there, or I see somebody did for you. But yeah, catch Leslie's sale while it's active, guys. I'm just popping these little squares, rectangles in here wherever my little eyeball thinks I need one. So this collage I'm doing for the ones that just came in, I'm going to cut this up into ATCs. This isn't one collage. It's overly busy on purpose. Yeah, I think that's what the clear is all about, Eileen. You can make your own custom colors with your primary elements. Kayla, go get your checkbook, girl. Oh, you got the new site up now. I'm going to have to go out there. Very cool, Leslie. I know you've been working hard on that. I haven't talked to you for a while. It's been absolutely nuts. 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 I tell you, nuts. I gotta tell you, I'm loving this pen. I'm just dropping them in here wherever I feel like I want a little pop, where it's kind of dull. But I got, I'm going to put that 3D tulip stuff on here too, right before it's all over. But again, that's what that was. This is the PBO artist marker, and this one's silver. So let me show you up close. This reminds me of Leslie's Vivid Silver. It's almost like a mirror. Can you guys see that? Look how that's reflecting. Everywhere that little pop is. Look at these over here. I mean, that's crazy how that's... Look how when I move it, how you see them like flashing off and on there. That's kind of mesmerizing. I might be down here for hours doing this after I sign off. Okay, heat gun. I'm going to try to dry this a little bit. Leslie's got a really great mix of her 32 colors that are out there now. There's stuff with the holidays coming up. There's got a really pretty holly berry kind of red. I forget the poinsettia. I forget what you named that. And greens that are amazing. And you got the brights. You got my turquoises and my purples. I mean, but a really good mix of the colors. Yeah, I have to get some of those empty paint pens, Leslie, and put some of your color, because that's probably fluid enough to work in those, isn't it? Oh my goodness, if I can get a paint pen in my teal zircon and my African jade and yeah, red poinsettia and Douglas fir. There you go. They're a real true Christmas red and green with, actually, I think I have them. Do I have them? Let me see. I do. What do you know? Hey, Orla. Welcome. All right, I'm going to set this aside for a minute and let that air dry. I'm going to show you guys this red and this, the green. Those are the ones Leslie was just talking about. And again, these are the Vivid Ultra Metallics. Heaven in a bottle. Douglas fir and red poinsettia are these two colors. So, I'll just do a little swatch for you guys so you can see this. Oh, hello, lover. Jean, you will love this green. I'm just going to use my finger. I'm going to let these dry down a little bit to show you the, I think you can see the mica in them a little bit better when they dry. Hopefully they're showing up true to color, because you know how my camera skews my turquoises into a cobalt color. You can start to see the mica coming through there a little bit. Let me set this aside. I'm going to let that dry. Well, you know what? I'll just let it in the draft of the heat gun while I dry this. Heat gun. I was watching your Twinks video last night. Actually, I think I shared that. Hey, Star. They're really, really pretty and like true Christmas colors. Oh, you know what I need to do, Leslie? Get one of some of the empty paint pens with the 15-inch nib and get some cashmere in there. Hello, lover. That would be awesome. All right, I think that's still a little bit wet. And what's cool about putting the Vivids in the empty paint pens is that they're acrylic. So they're going to go with all your other acrylic stuff. This silver one is oil-based. And that's still not really dry. Whoever gets this ATC will have my fingerprint in it. That's crazy how they're flickering when the light catches it. Oh, yeah, that would be a great ad, I think, Leslie. Oh my gosh, Orla, that sounds like fun with the babysitting all the labs. All right, let's see if this is... Try to get that to hit the light just right. You can start to see the mica come up a little bit in those. It's gorgeous, gotta tell you. That's Douglas fir and poinsettia red, and the ultra vivid ultra metallics from Color Art. All right, let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to go around those with my white pen again. Where the heck did I put the one that was working? Great, it's back in the mix. I have to find it again. Something for the shrine. I'll make sure I send that one to you, Gayla. All right, let's see if I can get this. I'm just going to do a little... this is going to be cut up into ATCs, Leslie. So it's not going to... you're only going to see little bits of this everywhere. It's not like it's one thing. I made it overly busy. On purpose. And I'm just very scratchy outlining those black little dots little plops that I did with my 15mm nib. I'm just putting a white outline on them. Just give them a little bit more interest. I'm deciding what I'm going to put around the silver. I don't know if I'm going to put black or just more white to it. There's a lot of dark spots on here. And the lines are crooked, and I don't care. I kind of like them like that. Since I can't draw a straight line, I've convinced myself to love crooked lines over the years. You know, that's how I roll. There we go. Let's see if the white shows up around the silver at all. And we should do black, which is what I thought. Let's see. Black. My black pen. Ugh. Whoop, hello, another blob. What's happening with the blobs? This one's not writing. It seems to be the problem. All right, let's try this. And again, just real sketchy around this silver. I think I might cut these up and then put the tulip stuff on them so you guys can see them cut up. All right, did I get them all? I think I got them all. Oh, you know what? I didn't do any splots, did I? Do I need splots? I got a whole lot of stuff going on in there. I should do them just for Jean. I know how she loves them. Let's try, you know what? Let's try this. Let's take this silver pen. No, they're taking long to dry. Let's not do that. Let's not say we did. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Flint. I think for the sake of time, I can always add splots later, right? If I want them, if I really feel like I have to have some splots, I could do it later. I'm watching my time here. I got so much to do. Hey, Kathy. There's our other musketeer is here too, Kathy. Gail is there. I'm going to hit this with a heat gun a little bit, and then I'm going to cut them up. You know what? I think I have an empty pink pen. Is that empty? No, that's silver. I'll have to look and see if I do. But I will be getting some pink pens and putting my Vivids in there. That's a good idea. All right, we're going to assume this is dry enough to cut up. Big assumption. But just so you can see what a mishmash this is close up, right? It's just a mess. It's just so much stuff, overlapping layers, right? There's cardstock, there's tissue paper, there's painted deli papers, there's printer paper. The black and white stripes are all just printer paper. All the, you know, all this stuff and the circles, all of Joan's die cuts she sent me, right? Looks a little crazy. However, I'm going to go. Watch, Jean goes to panic every time I use this. There, Mojo and Babe are upstairs with Dave, but she's doing much better. We really didn't think she'd be with us still, but she turned a corner and she's got her personality back. She still has some issues going on, and she's still on medications to snuff out or keep her immune system suppressed. But right now, she's happy and she's pain-free. And as long as she stays there, as long as she stays that way, she's going to be with us. So, all right, here we go. I'm cutting a, so this is 11 by 15, this piece of watercolor paper. 11 by 15, and I'm going to cut 3.5 inches for the length, right? Boom, there we go. And I'm going to cut, oops, let me put this up here. I like to pull it towards me. Another 3.5 here. Or what I start to look at is, Do I want this to stay, or do I want, where do I want to lose a bit that doesn't really look that great? Do I want to take it off here? Do I want the very bottom of this to show? And I'm going to say, yeah. So we're going to go, I'm going to flip it around and take 3.5 off of here. And then I'm going to take 3.5 off the bottom again. Do you follow me what I'm saying? I'm going to lose a little strip in here somewhere. And I'm trying to plan ahead what I can sacrifice, what I don't think is that great. So I need 3.5, and this is 4.5. So I'm going to lose an inch somewhere. Do I want to lose it down here, or do I want to lose it up here? I think I'll take it off of here. So we'll go 3.5 here. And we lose this little bookmark of a piece here, right? Still a pretty little piece of paper. So now we're going to make the vertical cuts at 2.5. So let's see. And then you start seeing what each little, see that little, how it just got that little edge of that black and white there with that one little dot on it. But how cute is that little bit there? You know what I mean, Vern? So let's go 2.5 here. And I want to get some of that purple in. Let's do this. Let's go 2.5 this way. And I'll lose this little bit. Right? And that's what that one looks like. So I'm going to keep going and do that to the whole thing. And sometimes it's hard to decide what you want to lose because they all look pretty cool once you start chopping them up. I like that end of that silver bit over there. So let's do it this way. All right, and we'll sacrifice this little piece. I know, right? The bookmark's cool. Do I want to, let's see. Oh, this one all looks cool. So you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit off of this side and a little bit off of this side. Right? Keep the parts I like. Look at that teal zircon showing through there. Hello. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to go this way with that bit. And that's kind of cool. I'm going to keep that silvery stuff in there. Okay, there we go. All right, now let me get this out of the way. So I got all these little, I mean, but see that by itself? Kind of cute. Look at that one. All right, even that little sliver. So let me flip this over. I think this is my last piece of newsprint I have here, but let's get this a little more plain so you can see what we have. And I'm not putting it together like it was. It's just going to go wherever it goes at this point. Ooh, I like that one a lot. Mama like. So what I end up with 16 of them, right? So now I'm going to go back to my, yeah, that's a really nice cutter. That's a, what is it called? Caterpillar, like caterpillar, but caterpillar. That blade, every time you use the blade, it sharpens itself. It's got a light that lights up on that strip if you want to use in thinner papers. It's got a light that lights up so you can see through it to see exactly where your cut's going to go. It's a nice. So this is my old trusty Molotow marker. It's almost empty. It's very light now. But I've worn a groove in it from doing this. And I usually use this to go around the pages and just hit it with a black line to kind of frame it. Right? Just add that little edge to it. Nothing fancy. I'll try to do this and show you each card up close so you can see what they look like. And I'm going to add more to this. I'm going to come back with my tulip stuff and hit that. Right, here's that one. So I just use these when anybody places an Etsy order. I throw one of these in with a little thank you on the back. And again, these colors aren't showing up just right on the camera. There's that one. Oop, hello. Learned to juggle. Readers are looking for Bigfoot last week. Well, I missed part of that conversation, apparently. Hey, Shells. I'll show you these before I ink them up so I don't get ink completely all over my hands. Here's my little pictographs. Some of the die cuts and painted deli. Little strip of the black and white stripes at the very top of there. Right. This one's cool with the little orb, the striped orb that ended up in there. Little tail end of a pictograph up here. There's that one. I like this where the colors blended and overlapped on the background paint. That was teal zircon and a blend of the Snapdragon, where I worked the purple into that upper corner. That's where they blended. Yeah, I kind of like this one too. I like a lot of them, actually. And that's what happens when you do that, when you get it overly busy like that, and then you cut it up. You know, each one's like their own little thing. Yeah, not a fan of that one. It's all right, but it's not one of my faves. That one. Hey, Carrie Ann. Some of that one. Got some pictographs on the edge there sticking in. I like that one. And I like how this stark white circle came through there. Just that piece of it. That one's kind of cool. The painted deli had the black stamp pictographs on it, and I collaged the gold on that bit. Yep. I like the color on that one. Oh, hey, Carrie. And last but not least, so there's that. And now, oh, I can't get my lid on. Good Lord, I lost my strength. Okay, now let's see. Let me get these separated a little bit. I don't want to get them too separated because I don't want to waste the stuff I'm going to sling on here next, but I don't want them so they're going to get stuck together. I think that's one of my favorites right there. So now, hang on, going into another drawer over here to find my black, white, gold. Oh, mercy. So these are these tulip slick paints. They're three-dimensional paints you can get at Michael's or anywhere. And I just kind of sling this stuff and it goes wherever it goes. So I got out some white and some black and some gold. I don't know if I'll use it all. But the best way I found to do this, shake it down, squirt a little bit, make sure it's flowing okay. And then just stand back, people, and start slinging this crap anywhere. And I start off the paper, because if you start on the paper and it blobs, your blobs on your card. So I start off the edge and I just kind of, actually, you know what, I'm going to bring these a little closer. So I don't have to sling this stuff everywhere. I'm still picking gold off my computer screen from the last time I was down here splattering the gold. Okay, ready? And you just jump in. It's a scary thing. But you know what? You just go like that, and like that, and maybe like that. And bring something over there, and cut it over there, and pull it that way. And you just do that until you think you got enough white. And then, I should probably bring you guys in closer for that, huh? Hang on. Right? Let's go a little bit closer. So there's the white on there. Now I'm going to do the same with the black. Make sure it's flowing and just start slinging it on there. Just sweeping little strokes. Doesn't matter how it goes. I try to change the angle so it mixes it up a little bit. Right? And there's that one. And this is gold. All right. Oh, Jesus. You see what happened there? That's not what you want to have happen. That's a big flipping blob right there. Why did it do that so thick? Holy crap. That's La Boo Boo right there. And ain't nothing I can do about it, right? Let's try this one. I have another bottle of gold here. Let's see if this one's just as crazy. Let's try this on the paper here. Okay, that's a little better. That was a little, yeah, that's screwed up. But it is what it is. All right. Enough of that. Yeah, I started adding it on my, when I do these, it gives it another little dimension. I see I just added some like 3D threads of color on there. You might like it, you might not. I don't like that. I don't like that one. And see, this one just got hit a couple places with it. Just another little layer of texture and interest, or sometimes not so interesting. But there you go. So I'm going to let this sit overnight before I can do anything with that. And it's too bad this one plopped on there. Yeah, not what I was going for. But just a piece of paper, people. Yeah, it'll just be a bigger, bolder embellishment when it's dry. Oh, mercy. What are you going to do? They look a little crazy because you can see the streaks all over the paper and everything right now. But when you can get them away from that, it's not so bad. All right. All right, kids. I'm going to wrap it up. Go get some other stuff done that I got to do. And, oops, put the lid on this for sure. Don't forget to check out the color art sale. And here are the two, the red and the green, dried down now. This is just on cardstock. That's the points, red poinsettia and Douglas fir for your holiday crafting pleasure. Actually, there you could use those red and greens year round. They just happen to be a really nice Christmas red and green. So, come on, Gayla. Trying to help you out, girl. I'm taking you all down with me. We'll all be in the poorhouse, but we'll have plenty of art supplies to keep us busy. You like the wide gold line, Jean? Thank you. Oh, and you spent some money. There you go, Eileen. That's my girl. Yeah, hopefully the crazy will be over in the next couple of weeks. So I might get back to a more regular schedule. Whew. Almost made it. If I make it to December 1st, I'm going to be good. The next 2 weeks are going to be a little tricky and hard on the body, but I can do it. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Everybody have a great week and a very happy Thanksgiving. For those who celebrate, we're having dinner here. We were up to 18 people, but I think we're down to 12. Last count. More leftovers for us. I love cooking Thanksgiving dinner. Thanks, Leslie. You too. CB, Eileen, Kathy, Gayla, Jean, Leslie, everybody. I keep saying on chat. All right, guys. I'm going to check out, go get scrubbed up, and on to the next project. I'm going to have to stop the broadcast, stop the recording, and name it. So I'm not really gone yet. I always forget that. Stopping the recording.